Now, in collaboration with, of course, 3D playing cards, I am teaching you guys a beginner, intermediate, and advanced level magic trick. It is super fun, and there are going to be more in those different tiers. Now, how do you get to those tiers? I'll leave the website in the description, but I want to show you a few performances of the ones that I will be teaching. The first one, of course, is one that I already knew coming into this, but it's one that you can literally, when I say this, I mean it's actually happened. I've convinced people from the age of 5 to 35, full-grown adults, that your playing card is attached to your heartbeat. You can legitimately convince people of that with the very most beginner one. So the most advanced one, which has some really fun slides and things that you can do, is just an absolute blast. So if you want to learn all these different things, these are just 3 from mine, plus a bunch from Nacho Montenegro. I'll leave the link in the description below. But first you want to see what they look like before if you actually want to buy them. So let's drop down to the card mat so I can absolutely blow your mind and you can learn these as well. Now, this being the beginner trick, we're going to let the spectator shuffle up the deck as much as he or she wishes. So let's just give it a quick ripple shuffle and be on our way. Now, the spectator can select any playing card that they want to. So in this card, we're going to use this one here. Okay, you got it? Now at this point, let's just bury it about there. About halfway? Great. So bury it about halfway, and even if you want to, I can shuffle it up. And then after I shuffle it, I can even let the spectators shuffle it. So the deck is completely mixed, and now I have no idea what order anything is in. That was all done by the spectator. So we can give it one last cut by the spectator, so I have no idea where anything is. And I'm just going to go through the cards, and I'm going to find probably about 6 cards that we're going to use. So we're going to go through it this way, and let's use that one, and we're going to use this one, and this one, and that one, this one, and that one. Great. So now all these cards are off to the side, and at this point we can even let the spectator shuffle up these. So even though I did just look at them at the beginning, now I don't know where any of them are. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So the cards are all mixed up as they should be, okay? So I'm going to let the spectator set out each of these cards in whatever order that they want to. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold on to the pulse underneath the pad of their hand. It's right here, just right where that vein is. And if you touch it with your ring and middle finger, you can feel when the spectator's heartbeat gets faster and slower. So let's say, for instance, this is their card. When their hand is over their card, it's going to be faster than if it's over this card. So what you can do is, I like to break it up into 2 piles, and then I hold it down here, and then I hold it up here, and I can tell that the heartbeat was beating faster when it was up here. Now I know that none of those are their card, right? So I go again. I'll do this side and this side. And it's definitely more on this side, so I'm going to get rid of this. And we have 2 cards. You just go back and forth, putting it over the spectator's card, drop their hand down, get rid of the last card, and you should see that it is, of course, your 6 of hearts. And that is the most beginner tier for what tricks we have. Now let's get on into the intermediate effect. Now here is the intermediate trick. First, go ahead and just call out stop for me. So let's say you said stop there. This card right here would be yours. So we're just going to have you look at that, and we're going to bury that somewhere in the middle, of course, of the deck. There's no other middle to bury it in. Now, at this point, we'll just take off 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just a lot of times people ask, like, is your card near the top? Right now we have 4 cards here, so just to make sure it's not anywhere near the top of the deck, because I can't really put in the 5th because that would be way too hard. And none of those look like yours, I hope. Now at this point, I have had the box sitting here the entire time. I'm going to leave this here. And actually, right now, it looks like it might be empty to you, right? Like, that does look empty. You would be sadly mistaken, though, because it actually isn't empty. It just looks like it, right? Here's the difference, though. It looks empty, but it's not empty. Let me show you what I mean, because if you take it here, you can just take it and pull your card straight out of an empty box, just like that. So that is the intermediate trick, and let's get on to my favorite, the advanced trick. Go ahead and select a card. Great, so you selected that one right here. We have the 4 of hearts. Now, we're just gonna bury it somewhere in the middle of the deck. So you have your card buried somewhere approximately in the middle of the deck. And we're gonna need a prediction, so we're gonna use just whatever the top card is. I'm just gonna set it over here. Actually, you know what, let's set it under the deck box. We're gonna leave that right under here, but I'm gonna leave the box partially, leaving it uncovered. Now, at this point, sometimes the spectators accuse me of cheating, so I would let you just shuffle the deck, give it a cut, whatever you want it to do. Now, at this point, we can do a number of things, but you already have a card selected, and we have a card predicted, so I think we should just get to the end, right? Well, maybe this could be it. I mean, originally, your card was buried in the middle. That was just whatever the top card was. We'll just use this to flip. Oh, my word, that was actually it. Huh. Didn't do that. So, I guess your card was under there the entire time. Alright, so you now have seen the beginner, intermediate, and advanced tricks that I teach. There are also going to be a number of them by Nacho Montenegro, I can't speak apparently, taught on these different tiers as well. Now, how do you get to learn these tricks? I'm going to leave the link to the website in the description below and on the pinned comment so you guys can check it out. The beginner one is $5, intermediate $10, and advanced is $15, plus the tricks that he's going to put into each of those as well. So you'll have more than just one trick in each of those different tiers. You'll have at least one from me plus some from him in each of them, or if you want to pick up all 3 of my tricks and all of his, you can get all of that for $25. I'd love if you guys check that out. It's my first time really doing something like this, so I'd love to get your feedback on different things that I've created, and I will be teaching all of these different types over there. So please make sure to check that out. If you guys have not checked out 3D playing cards, I just did a review and the trailer for this deck, so you'll have to check that out as well. That was my video on Wednesday. This is Card Perfect, signing off.